Early in the Battle of Britain, the German command realized that large four-engine bombers and durable all-metal fighters would soon become a major challenge and a very tough obstacle for the Luftwaffe. Knocking down the newest aircraft required something more than regular ammunition rooting all the way back to ground artillery. Armor-piercing-incendiary and fragmentation-incendiary shells couldn't always deal enough damage to the large multi-engine aircraft, requiring dozens of hits. That's why Germans developed an entirely new type of ammo for 20mm autocannons called Minengeschoss, which was a high-explosive shell with extra explosive filler inside. The walls of this shell were designed to be as thin as possible to enhance the blast wave effect, and a special fuse introduced a delay so that the shell would explode inside the target's fuselage. Thanks to thinner walls, the amount of explosive filler was almost tripled to around 20% of the shell's total mass. All these new solutions served one purpose: create a new revolutionary way of attacking flying targets. The old way was damaging airframes with shrapnel, while the new one used an explosion wave. The new high-explosive, high-capacity 20mm shell made a huge blast on the front lines, in all meanings of this word. The famous durability of the Allied aircraft soon became a thing of the past. Minengeschoss shells would simply tear any wooden frame to shreds on impact and leave enormous holes in metal sheets of aircraft fuselages. Should the fuse trigger inside the plane, as intended, the plane would simply explode. Some reports claimed that a single-seat fighter only needed 1 or 2 hits with this new type of munition. Minengeschoss shells could be used by most German aircraft cannons, but their full potential was ultimately unlocked by 30mm autocannons, not 20mm ones. For instance, the famous Mk-108 cannons, with ballistics closer to a grenade launcher than a cannon. Their low muzzle velocity mattered little with Minengeschoss shells. With a high rate of fire and a powerful caliber, it could basically wash enemy aircraft with explosives. Even a single hit from the Mk-108 would knock down a single-seat fighter, and a shell hitting a wing of the Flying Fortress would leave a 1.5 square meter hole. Still though, Minengeschoss shells couldn't replace all other types of rounds, even with their level of destructive power. Recommended 20mm belts for attacking large four-engine bombers included a single high-explosive, a single incendiary, and a single API round. Frames of larger aircraft could survive the explosions, and HE shells sent at engines would trigger in the rear parts of nacelles, dealing little damage. Regular armor-piercing rounds could penetrate the skin of the aircraft and deal more damage to the engines. In any case, war experience proved the effectiveness of shooting HE shells at air targets, and after World War II, most nations added extra explosives to their anti-air shells.